Ravens were like, look, man, one of our defensive linemen, he might price himself out of Baltimore, but we going to hold on to at least the other one, man. Team keep it clean. What's up, baby? What's going on? It's Ingraven here with another video. And the Ravens, they always do this, man. They'll be quiet for a while, and then they'll do this and that and that and that and that. And there's just so much that happens all at once. They do this all the time. I know y'all know already. Y'all know how they do already, how they operate. But anyway, so Ravens been busy, been very busy. They hosted Jadeveon Clowney on a visit. Rashad Bateman, he got activated off the physically unable to perform list. So did Pat Ricard. And now, and this is actually before Pat Ricard and Rashad Bateman got activated, they signed Broderick Washington to a contract extension. And let's read the details of it. It was first reported by Aaron Wilson, who used to cover the Ravens a long time ago. I know y'all remember him. But he moved on to start covering the Texans, and then he just be breaking news NFL-wide. But anyway, Aaron Wilson said Ravens have agreed to sign defensive tackle Broderick Washington to a 3-year, $17.5 million contract that includes $6.3 million combined in signing and option bonuses, with $10 million total guaranteed for the former Texas Tech standout. So they gave him $10 million guaranteed. So something that Brian McFarland cleared up. This does not free up any money. Broderick Washington was a former 5th-round pick, so he's getting a raise. This does not save the Ravens any cap room whatsoever, but it gives Broderick Washington some money, and it gives him a deal, because I guess the Ravens, obviously they see a lot more than we do, but they've seen him ascending. They've seen him on a sort of slow rise, and with Broderick Washington, I remember a couple of years ago, I didn't think he was going to even end up making the roster, even making an impact. But I think really, I think 2 years ago, and then certainly last year too, when I think it might have been Calais Campbell, somebody got hurt. Oh, Michael Pierce, that's who it was. Last year, Michael Pierce got hurt. He got hurt early on. So that really forced Justin Madubuike, Broderick Washington. We saw a little bit of Travis Jones here and there, but it really forced those guys to have a lot more playing time. And with them having a lot more playing time, that gave them more opportunity. So we got to see an even more in-depth look at our young defensive tackles, probably a little bit earlier than Ravens had planned for, but it ended up working out, especially for Broderick Washington, because now he got paid. Now he can go into this year like, man, I got my bread, man. I got my bread. And I mean, when you think about it, I mean, it makes sense either way. But I would have thought, like, all right, Ravens would be looking at Justin Madubuike. But I think with Justin Madubuike, he'll probably command more money than a Broderick Washington right now. And I think we'll see, man. We'll see. Because we know Ravens can't keep everybody. We know they can't re-sign everybody. So I wonder if this will be Ravens' decision. We'll see. It's super early to tell. It's too early to tell right now, because right now they got Michael Pierce. He's on the 2nd year of his contract with the Ravens. Well, this contract with the Ravens. Remember, they got him as an undrafted defensive lineman back years ago. But anyway, and then he went off to Minnesota, and then he came back. Anyway, but they got Michael Pierce on the contract, and they also got Broderick Washington on the contract now. So I wonder if they like with Justin Madubuike, they're like, you looking like one of those draft picks where we draft you and, hey, we'll see how it goes, and then you end up taking off in that last year. Because it's looking like that could be it for Justin Madubuike. And remember, too, they drafted Travis Jones last year as a defensive lineman, too. So he plays it much differently than Madubuike. I feel like Madubuike is the more explosive defensive lineman. And with Travis Jones, I feel like he's more the powerful, the strong, the strength type of defensive lineman. Obviously, but they both got strength, but I think Madubuike is more of the explosive type, the kind that will, with more opportunity, end up generating more sack numbers than a Travis Jones. Well, not saying Travis Jones can't get pressure, but I feel like Madubuike is more the, I don't want to say Aaron Donald, because I mean, that's not fair to compare him to Aaron Donald, but he's more of that type, you know what I mean? And with Travis Jones, who's somebody that, like, just strong, like, more like, I want to say Lodi Nada? I don't know, but somebody just that could hold down that interior of the defensive lineman, man. And take on more blockers, take on multiple blockers, man. But anyway, with Broderick Washington now, this really like makes him official with the Ravens, and I could really see them giving him more opportunity now. Him being out on the field that much more. Calais Campbell is gone. Michael Pierce, obviously, he's going to have a big role, but with Broderick Washington's deal, uh, it really elevates him, man. It really does. And they even showed him today. Well, it'll be yesterday by the time you see this video, but they showed him in practice. They said, "Hey, he's right back on the field." And I mean, why wouldn't he be? He got paid, like, so you ain't got to worry. It ain't like he gonna hold out. I mean, he wasn't holding out before, but he definitely ain't gonna hold out now because he got his bread. So he gonna practice. He probably out there like floating almost, cause that check done hit his bank account. His signing bonus done hit his bank account. He like, oh yeah, I got it, baby, and he did. So I'm happy for him. I always like seeing when guys get their money, man, because in enough instances, whether it's with the NFL or just really in life in general, you see so many people, they don't get that money. You see so many people when they don't get paid. You see so many people when they don't get the benefits and they don't get to reap the rewards of their hard-earned work. So when you do see somebody, whether you know them personally or not, it is nice to always see that. And I'm always root for people to get what they deserve. So shout out to Broderick. But yeah, for Matabike, like, this is a year when, I mean, you can say that every year. I was about to say this is a year where you see guys next to guys getting paid, but that could give extra motivation to somebody else. Like a Matabike probably looking at this like, all right, cool. I'm happy for my boy, but oh yeah, I know what I can get now. I gotta really show out this year for sure, man. Whether it comes from the Ravens or somebody else, I'm thinking right now it may come from somebody else, the way the Ravens are set up. But hey, we'll see. Guys like Patrick Queen, with the whole Roquan Smith. Obviously, Roquan got Smith. So I mean, Roquan got paid. Patrick Queen, not yet, but setting him up too. Like, he could think the same thing. Like, all right, Ravens pay Roquan. Okay, cool. I know what I gotta do. Let me just keep trending on the right direction, and I got it. And he will. And so will Matabike, man. So, very exciting news, man. So shout out to him. And again, this is Eric DaCosta. I think another thing with him, he wanted to be on top of this. I think he probably looked at this like the more affordable defensive lineman, the more affordable homegrown defensive lineman. Because Matabike, his numbers would not be that low. His contract would not be that low. It's going to be definitely higher than that. So I think Eric DaCosta was like, look, I think, for me, this is just me, and again, it's super early, but I think Eric DaCosta probably made his decision. Like, all right, we're going to go with Broderick Washington. Matabike probably going to price himself out. It's probably going to be like one of them not Ben Grubbs. What's the one who went to the Broncos? Just got paid from the Broncos. Offensive lineman, left guard. Ben Powers. There we go. I said Ben Grubbs. He was an offensive lineman. He went from the Ravens to the Saints years ago. Y'all remember him. But anyway, I just think it's going to be one of those situations where a player just ascending. It's a player that you drafted, and you may not even draft him with a high draft pick, but you draft him and you just watch them. They have like this slow ascension, but in that last year, they end up doing their thing where they do their thing enough to get paid, but it unfortunately can't be by you. But it is the business. But again, that's just my own assumption how I think it's going to go. And that would be really good for the Ravens and Justin Matabike, because that would mean that he did really well this season. So we'll see how things go. I love y'all, Team Keep It Clean. I appreciate y'all. And like Broderick Washington definitely ain't going to be no time soon when it comes to be with the Ravens. We out.